Hi Buttercup, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is an update on how my book buying ban is going. So I was having a lot of money issues last year, and so I stopped buying books and I instead went to purely either library or around the holidays Amazon gift cards. And so I would just buy books with my Amazon gift cards, in which I did, and I got a lot because I got a lot of them used. There was only like one or two that I bought new. I really stocked up, and I probably won't get to most of those already bought books because my idea is get the library books and read those first no matter what, because you have to return them. But then like in between, while I'm waiting for library books, because sometimes it can take a little bit, as I learned this year, it took a month to get any books in because the queue was ginormous for all the books I decided to read. So then I went and read Hellbent, for example, and I finished that book, and then finally the library books came back. So I do want to have books waiting for the slump that is the queue of library awesomeness. But for the most part, it's been 95% library books of what you have seen. I have saved hundreds of dollars. Then this would be the month, April 2023. If you're watching in the future, I just want to timestamp that. But in April 2023, I was going to reassess where my money situation was, and it's a little better but not great. So I did buy 3 books. However, the first 2 books I got were $5 each at a thrift store. So the first one is A Secret of Witches. I've heard that it's a really good book, so I just bought it because it's $4.99. Hello. Thank you very much. And then the other one is Wide Arc by Philippa Gregory. I am intrigued about this novel. However, the first sentence is like, I can just read it. Beatrice Lacey, as strong-minded as she is beautiful, refuses to conform to the social customs of her time. So automatically I'm like, really? We're gonna do this? It still is, but really popular, where you were writing in 20th or 21st century female main characters into like the 1500s or the 1600s, or even like 100 BCE or something like that. And I didn't want to pay for it, but I like Philippa Gregory. She's a really great writer. So I was happy to find the first book in the 3-book series at the thrift store for $4.99. So I picked that up because I didn't really want to pay $25.99 or whatever the hell it is. It's pretty expensive on Amazon, and I might not like it because of that whole, oh, she doesn't want to conform to society standards, which is like, I don't know, 1500s or 1600s, something like that. You did not know that you wanted or did not want to conform. So already automatically I'm slightly annoyed. But we'll see. We'll see. And the other book that I bought actually on Amazon is Thigh Gap by Chandler Morrison. I joined a really cool book club, and we were talking about Dead Inside, which is, oh, you can see it like right there. It's a satirical body horror splatter punk novel. That's a lot, okay? But that's very important because it's really messed up. I was going to do a book review on that, but as I said in one other video, I want to keep my YouTube channel. It's really bad. It's really bad. But I said that whole thing description, which I don't really want to say again because I always mess it up. But for a reason, it is satirical. It's not meant to be taken seriously, and also it's extremely graphic. It's one of the most graphic books I've ever read and probably will ever read. Though I always try to find more. That's just how I go, because I'm a spite reader. So then we were talking about it, and we were going to do a read-along. I would reread it. And so then I go on Amazon, and the paperback's not there anymore. It's just the ebook. And I'm just like, what's going on? And so I was told that there are a lot of extreme horror novels that are being pulled from publication because of so much backlash and controversy. And okay, so I got really nervous, and then I bought Thigh Gap for $12.99, the paperback version. I don't read ebooks. So the stupid thing is, the ebooks can be allowed, but not the paperback. I don't understand completely, other than maybe the argument is that if there's a paperback, then someone else can pick it up, and then they're freaking out. Whereas an ebook, it's on your tablet, and like, I don't know anyone who doesn't have a password. So you would have to know the password, you would have to go and find the ebook on that device of someone else's, and then start reading it, versus, oh, I'm picking up this book, I'm opening it, oh my god, and then I have a panic attack. I don't completely buy that argument, but I guess that's an argument that Amazon is making, because I saw that also with Harley LaRose, one of her erotica books. They will not allow it for paperback, but then she got a publisher, an erotica romance publisher, to get at least the ebook online. So I know it's a thing. It could be a mixture of erotica and dark romance and dark fantasy and horror. That's where that is happening, where they're taking the paperbacks down, but leaving the ebook. Okay, I mean, fine, not really. No one's forcing you to read Chandler Morrison. I don't think that his stuff and the extreme body horror, the splatter punk that they are writing is mainstream. I only knew about it because someone else told me about how bad Dead Inside is, and then I looked it up. It's not sponsored anywhere. It's not advertised anywhere. It is purely from recommendation only, because it's so messed up. So I was like, all right, I'm into it. I'll read it. And then I did, and that was a journey. Though I have been reading the reviews for Thigh Gap, and it's not gory, but it does talk about eating disorders. And of course, if you know the book cover, I'm going to publish it again right here, it's messed up, but that is the body dysmorphia for eating disorders, and that's what a lot of them don't understand, that is not okay. So yes, there are a lot of content warnings for Chandler Morrison. And then I also found that there's another extreme body horror writer that's friends with Chandler Morrison that's having issues as well, though the last I checked, his paperbacks are still up, so I'm keeping an eye out for that. I started looking up Chandler's Twitter. I don't have Twitter, but you can still search sometimes. And I was like, let's see if I can do some searching. And then supposedly Chandler and that other guy, Duncan, I forgot his last name, and then a bunch of other body horror writers have been accused of writing or inciting violence or something like that on TikTok, and that they deserve to be arrested and in prison for what they have written. So that's interesting. Of course it happens on TikTok. Okay. So I want to support Chandler and eventually Duncan, but I'm on a book buying ban. Though I am eyeing Duncan's book Womb, so it's WOOM, and I have an idea of what it is because someone else mentioned it in that book club. And so I'm gonna keep an eye on it. That's one of the extreme body horror novels that it says right up at the top, trigger warning, extreme violence, be advised. So that's up front. I mean, so is Dead Inside and Thigh Gap and all that stuff, but, you know, it's still not good enough, I guess. They need to be imprisoned for what they write, of course. That's where I might, again, break my book buying ban. I only bought 3 books in the month of April. I might buy Womb. It depends on what the backlash and controversy is. And just FYI, I looked up those in my library. They're not in my library, so it's not like a library thing. Those books are not library books at all. No. Never gonna happen. So it's not that type of library conservative controversy. It's all sides not liking Chandler or Duncan. It is what it is. Those books are not for most people, and they understand that. As writers and extreme horror fans, they're not expecting everyone to like it, and I don't recommend those books. I just happen to be friends with a few people that love body horror or extreme body horror and gore and all of that. So you find your friends that want to read that with you, but don't push it on other people. It's that bad. Yes, okay. It is really that bad. But completely understandable if you don't want to read it. However, I am now wary of and paying a lot more attention to paperbacks for extreme body horror and splatterpunk horror, satire horror. So I might be getting Womb or something else of Duncan's. It's gonna depend, but for right now, I just have 3 books, and we'll see how it is. I will be reading Thigh Gap before the other 2 books, because the other 2 books are freaking thick, and Thigh Gap, I think, is less than 300 pages. It might even be less than 250 pages. It's going to be a quick read, and I do have Dead Inside as a reread, but my other friend just downloaded Thigh Gap because it's on Kindle Unlimited too, which is, you know, this whole situation's weird. So I had the paperback, he's got KU, and then I think someone else is going to jump in. So that's what's going on for the book buying ban. I undid my ban, and now it's back, and now it's just library books, but I had to slide in there, especially with Thigh Gap. But also $5 for really thick books that are also really popular. At least, well, I don't know how popular Wide Arc is, but Philippa Gregory, very popular. And this one, I saw this book all over the place when it was published. I just didn't want to buy it because I had other stuff. And sometimes you just forget. There's like so many damn popular books, and then you're like, never mind. I can't keep this all in my head. Info dump. But then I saw it and I was like, oh, $5? Okay, I'll try it out. Thank you. Sometimes that's just how it goes. I just happened to be near a thrift book shop and I broke my ban, but now I'm back. It's totally fine. I'm just going to continue reading library books. It's going very well for me. And for 3 books for this month, I think it was $30 plus tax. So $30, that would be including tax. I'm rounding up. So that's actually not too bad. I was spending like 2 books for $30, even for the cheapness of Amazon. hell no to Barnes & Noble. That would be like, if you get a hardcover, or sometimes even just a big paperback, you could be spending $30 on one book. So no, it's just, that's why I don't really shop at Barnes & Noble. A little much, but yeah, Amazon, thrift books. Oh yeah, the little library, which I haven't gone to because it's been really cold and storming, and no, I'm not gonna walk there. But if the 2 historical fiction books don't work out, then I'm gonna be walking to the little library. Because I think it would be I think it would be weird if I just gave back, like I donated the books back to the thrift shop. I'm sure people do it. I just like, I don't know, it's just too funny and weird for me, so I'm just gonna drop it at the little library. I haven't been there for ages, so I'm donating, and I know there are a lot of mainly children's books, but also some like random really old adult books that just have stayed there for ages. But I'm just saying, all of my books that I donate go really fast. So do I have good taste? I'm gonna say that I have good taste, because there are some books that have been there for a year and I'm like, are we gonna like recycle these? No? Okay, it's fine. It's okay, it's fine. I'm just gonna leave it there. It's like falling apart, and it was written in the 70s, but okay, we're just gonna keep it there. It's fine. My OCD of like cleaning this up and arranging it is gonna be ignored. It was an experience for me the past few times I was there at that little library. Thank you so much for watching my update on my book buying ban. I'll see you in the next video, and have a great rest of your day. Bye!